Megan Thee Stallion's back. Her new single is called Cobra, and she released the video from it. I haven't gotten to listen to the song in full yet. I've only seen clips on social media and clips from the video. The video looks pretty dope. She's dressed as like a cobra, and she's like shedding her skin, and it's a metaphor, and she's getting real deep in the lyrics of this song. One of the things she's mentioning in the song, she talks about going through things. She talks about missing her parents, anxiety. She always cancels plans, all of this. But one of the main lines that's going crazy on social media is this line. She said, pulled up, caught him cheating, getting his dick in the same spot I'm sleeping. Lord, give me a break. I don't know how much more I can take. And recently, earlier this year, I think it was, her and her boyfriend, Pardison Fontaine, broke up. And nobody knew why. They just seen Megan hand in hand with somebody else across seas. They see Pardi doing his thing with somebody else, but there was never a what happened. Like, so a lot of people, when they heard this line, they was like, oh, word? Like, Pardi was getting his in Megan's bed? Like, that's how they automatically putting it. My thing is, I don't understand how people could just automatically figure that's who she's talking about. Megan is a grown woman who probably had more than one relationship. She could be talking about her boyfriend in high school for all we know about. Like, she don't got to be talking about Pardi. But I guess it sounds better for us to think that she's talking about Pardi, or for y'all to think that she's talking about Pardi. Pardi actually may have seemingly responded on his social media. He posted in his stories a video of Future and said, "It's a cold world out here." This is what Future saying in the video. And then he posted, it was another something he posted in his stories that people felt that this was his response to, I don't know if it's a response to Megan or if it's a response to people thinking Megan is who she's talking about. Who's Megan talking about? So I don't know. Like I said, she could be talking about anybody. Like, until she say Pardi name, she could be talking about anybody, any relationship she had. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out if Megan ever officially addressed that. But hey, let's move on. I was reading this article about these genetically modified mosquitoes. And usually when I see videos on social media, I'm a little skeptical, because the video I seen, it was like a helicopter and it was like dropping off. I don't know. You couldn't tell what it was, but the caption said the government releasing mosquitoes in Florida. And I was like, huh? So before I just take that and run with it, I was like, let me research this. Let me see what's really going on. And I looked it up, and it turns out that's exactly what they were doing. So the US is planning to release 2.4 billion genetically modified mosquitoes. So they're starting in California and Florida. The mosquitoes created by biotech firm Oxitec will be non-biting Aedes aegypti males engineered to only produce viable male offspring. This is according to the company. Oxitec says the plan will reduce numbers of the invasive Aedes aegypti, that's the type of mosquito, which can carry diseases like Zika, yellow fever, and dengue. I was looking up how to pronounce this word, and I was seeing all these different ways to pronounce it, but I think it's dengue, D-E-N-G-U-E. So ultimately, female mosquitoes will die while males will reproduce and spread the self-limiting gene to the next generation, eventually leading to population declines. So I was a little confused when I read this, because it said it's all males, right? And they said they'll they'll be reproducing even after the female mosquitoes die. And I was wondering, like, how? Like, did they put something in these genetically modified mosquitoes where they could just like reproduce on their own? Or is it just that once they have the offspring with the females, they'll only produce males, and then ultimately they'll all die off? Like, I was a little confused with it, but it's very interesting to know that this is what's going on right now, that they are releasing these genetically modified mosquitoes. It's kind of, I guess this is the future. Like, what's next? Are they gonna have like cameras in them now? They're gonna have like listening devices. Like, the whole fly on the wall in that room is like really gonna be a thing officially. Yeah, I know the saying. But yeah, so I don't know. It's very interesting. So they starting in California and Florida, and I guess they'll see how the study plays out. But the point is to get rid of the mosquitoes that's carrying and spreading these certain diseases and stuff. So what y'all think? Y'all with it? Y'all on board or what? What else we got? Last but not least, what's hot in these blogs? DoorDash. If you order food, Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, they all basically the same, but DoorDash is taking it one step further. They including this disclaimer now. So when you place an order, you know that you can choose to tip your driver, and it's optional. But DoorDash now has it where they said they're warning you that the delivery times of your order may vary, resulting if you tip your driver or not. So when you ordering food, if you choose 0%, the driver will be able to see that you didn't tip them and say, nah, I'm not taking that order. I'm not delivering it. And then they, I guess, got to find another driver. All of this would eventually add times to your order. So it says when $0 is placed in the tip option, the message will appear. The message appears, orders with no tip may take longer to get delivered. Are you sure you want to continue? Yeah, I ain't got it. What you talking about? Nah, it said Dashers. That's who they call the people who's delivering your food for DoorDash. They're called Dashers. Dashers can pick and choose, which orders they want to do. Orders that take longer to be accepted by Dashers tend to result in slower delivery. They said this gives drivers the ability to prioritize work that is giving them more money. So I don't know. Would you tip more? For me personally, I'm not tipping until after the fact, because anything could happen to my order before it get here. You could take too long. It could be cold. It could be thrown around. The little safety seal that they put on the bag could be ripped. You could have ate a fry too. Like, why am I tipping you before you even bring me my food? Like, let me tip you after. So I don't really like it, because you might not bring my shit now because I didn't tip you yet. Meanwhile, I could be trying to give you a cash tip at the door. You don't know. I could be waiting to see what it is first and then tip you. So I don't know. Some Dashers might miss their blessing if they ain't taking orders based off of that. But it's interesting that DoorDash is giving people this disclaimer on that, though. But yeah, I don't know. Would you tip more now? Would you tip earlier? Like, and especially when I used to live in Brooklyn, I lived in an apartment building. I'm on the 14th floor of this building, and sometimes the delivery drivers didn't like to come all the way upstairs. So now they calling me like, hey, I'm downstairs. And like, if I got to come downstairs to meet you, you're not getting no tip at all. And it's reasons like that why I don't tip in advance anymore. Like, I don't know any service that you get where you tip before you get the service, right? Like, so, I mean, I respect DoorDash for giving this disclaimer, but the Dashers, y'all gotta do a little better. Like, I can have cash at the door.